Former Michigan head football coach Sharon Moore appeared in court today, charged with 3 charges, a felony count of home invasion, misdemeanor charge of stalking, and a misdemeanor charge of breaking and entering. He is due back in court in January. Bond was set for $25,000 as Moore will be required to wear a GPS device and cannot leave the state of Michigan. Court documents stating former female staffer went to investigators with details of their relationship on Monday, stating that she dated Moore for multiple years. In Wednesday's alleged incidents, prosecutors say that Moore threatened to kill himself while grabbing butter knives and scissors and also told the alleged victim, quote, "My blood is on your hands," end quote. Utah head football coach Kyle Whittingham stepping down after 21 years leading the Utes program. The Athletic reports, though, that Whittingham is not retiring. He'll coach the team in their Las Vegas Bowl matchup against Nebraska. Raiders starting Kenny Pickett against the Eagles at quarterback. Jets turning to Brady Cook against the Jaguars.
Yo, Friday! That's us. Friday.
It is Friday.
Today's Friday.
Friday. And we're streaming live at Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Let's get the live stream popping, the live chat. Let's talk some smack. People chiming in. We got Iowa Sam on the ones and twos.
Hi, Sammy.
We got Dan Byer hanging out with his great insight and your updates. We got Danny G super producing. And of course, Spotty's here. We got friends here. We got the Mousers in the studio. You guys are always welcome to stop by. The most interactive, most inclusive show on radio. 877-99 on Fox. Let the Wild Rumpus start. Let the weekend begin. Let's rock.
Doing it live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. And like you said, if you miss any of the show, catch the pod.
Do it live!
And see us do what we're doing every day on the YouTube page. You said that as well. So, hey, let's get into it. A lot of NFL today, some baseball today. I'm sort of spent on baseball, I'll be honest, because I'm so upset about the Mets that I think I could take a little break and you could tell me all the great things that are happening to every team but mine.
Yes, exactly. Rich, a sad Mets fan.
Well, let me ask you this before we get into football, because I do want to start with Joe Burrow today. But when you see what's happening to my Mets, and it's happened to any team in any sport at one point where you feel like your team's sort of falling apart.
As a Yankees fan, I don't take any joy in it. You know, I think it sucks. I think it's sad to see, to be honest.
Do you let management see it through? Because owner Steve Cohen and David Stearns are like, hey, it's like December. Wait till you see what lineup we have April.
Yeah.
Like, is everyone jumping the gun? Because let's say the Mets somehow deal some prospects for Scoop Bowl and they end up getting Tucker and they end up revamping. Then are we all going to be like, we're sorry?
Yeah, you still got Simeon. You still got Soto. You still got Lindor.
Yeah.
Right? You still got some moves to make.
And they're saying, like, Tatis Jr. is a possibility. So
you know what you lost, though? You lost vibe, and you can't replace that vibe and that entrance and Timmy Trumpets. You can't replace the theatrics that he brought. But, hey, for all you know, he has a weak-ass season, and you pick up someone good. So, and you never know who steps up, right? So it's not all doom and gloom, but we have lots of football to talk about. Old Man Rivers this weekend. What to watch this weekend, not only in sports and football, but in entertainment. We do it every Friday, weekend hobnobbing. What makes Rich's big TV game of the week and more.
You know what? I said we're going to start with Joe Burrow. I feel like everyone's talking about Phillip Rivers. When do we, Dan Byer, is there a time frame when we get past this Colts wait-and-see mode? Is there a press conference, a tweet sent out? Is someone on the case? Like, how do we know when they're going to say, and he's good to go?
I think we'll find out by tomorrow on which way they're leaning. Doesn't have to announce a starter. I have a feeling that if Rivers doesn't start, that he still may be active. That could also be the case. But I think tomorrow we're going to find out word who is actually going to start for Indianapolis. I don't think it'll be them taking the field against the Seahawks and us being like,
I mean, in general, though, how wildly disappointed will we all be if they go with some rando?
Well, yeah, and you're right. And here's the other thing is they don't want to tell him too early because he may forget because he's so old. So
you know what?
It's my second old joke of the day for Philip Rivers. Thank you very much.
Man, Rivers. So funny. I appreciate that. You know what I am not seeing a lot of, though? I've heard some rumblings, and I've seen it on social media a few times. But, when Mike Tyson got in the ring at 58 with Jake Paul, there was a lot of concern of, man, he's 58. Should they allow that? Here's a dude who hasn't played in 5 years. He is 44. No one's concerned about this guy taking hits from these young-ass dudes. He hasn't played.
44.
I know, but he hasn't played in 5 years. 44. I think that's a big part of it. Being game ready.
You're making me feel like I need like Kane.
Stop, dude.
44 is
different. 44 is a young man in life. We all know that. 44 is a very young man in life, but that's an old man on the field, especially when the ring rust sets in. Is there no concern for that? There hasn't been much. He seems really positive about it. I'm excited about it. We'll talk more about it for sure because there's a lot of sour grapes when it comes to this story too. Cam Newton's upset about it. But let's talk about Joe Burrow because it's sort of interesting what's going on with him and his Bengals because he's 29.
I love how you say Bengals. You just a big Susanna Huff fan?
Yeah, it's my shout out. Maybe she's listening. You never know. Fulfill my childhood dreams.
When
my
that look she gives?
Yeah, the side eye. Ooh, that
Walk
side eye.
Like an Egyptian. Or was it Eternal Flame?
She might be listening. You never know who's listening, Rich.
Well, what a great whistler.
But Joe Burrow, 29 years old, has got the world by the cojones. But it seems the one thing he doesn't have is his health. Can't stay healthy. And the buzz is, and it's obvious, it's very reminiscent of another legendary quarterback. And I remember where I was when we heard Andrew Luck's retirement speech. Like, he called it Dunzo. I remember being really sad by that. I was so saddened. I'm not an Andrew Luck fan. I'm not a Colts fan. But I'm a fan of greatness, and I was a fan of seeing where his career went.
You just said you remember where you were. Were you like Panda Express or something? Were you at the mall?
No.
Where were you?
I was away, and I was on a trip with my girlfriend. Yeah, I was just on a road trip in California. I was at some weird bar.
Wait a minute. Andrew Luck.
Yeah, and I'm at some weird bar, and I'm watching this guy with his somber speech on TV. And I felt me welling up emotional watching this dude talking about like, oh, man, all shucks, football's my life, and it's just not fun for me anymore because he couldn't stay healthy. And he had his neck beard. I remember thinking, look at his neck beard. He's a young guy. He's retiring. He's retiring at 29. This guy has the world ahead of him.
Well, with that said, take a listen.
I felt it was very reminiscent when you hear Joe Burrow saying the same sort of thing.
Take a listen to Burrow. And, hey, it's what we all do, not just on sports radio and podcast. And you do it on social media. We do it in day-to-day life in our families. We all overanalyze what people say.
Okay, can I just pose the question before we play the clip then? I'm sure you've seen it. Joe Burrow's all over the place today. Is this retirement talk, or is he just going through it? Sometimes people just have bad days, bad moods, terrible, horrible, no good, very bad days. It could very well be he woke up on the wrong side of the bed, had a bad season, sort of down, sort of glum on himself. He could also
be thinking, man, I came back to a team that couldn't even stay afloat for me.
Yeah. Is it even worth it? Look, we all go through little pouty moments where we feel sorry for ourselves. Could it be just that and we're making a bigger deal about it? I've never heard Joe Burrow talk this way, though, so that's why it's got people buzzing. Is this retirement talk, or is he just going through it?
And you know what it also proves? That no matter how cool, handsome, successful, doesn't matter.
No matter how great your hair is.
The guy's got great hair.
Great hair.
Everyone's got problems. He's got a Victoria's Secret supermodel girlfriend. He's one of the highest paid athletes in all professional sports. On top of that, he's like a handsome, cool guy. Like, you would think, what could possibly bother this guy? But he does seem, like you said, like he's going through it.
If I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it. I've been through a lot, and if it's not fun, then what am I doing it for? I'm not sure there was a singular moment or of time. It's just a reflection on a lot of things that I've done and been through in my career. I think I've been through more than most, and it's certainly not easy on the brain or the body, so just trying to have fun doing it again.
Even Jamar Chase was taken by surprise. He was like, oh, that's not the Joe Burrow I know and see. He always comes in with positivity and, yeah, I don't know. So when I heard Jamar Chase talking about, like, that's not the guy that I see, I'm thinking that maybe he just had a bad day. Here's Jamar Chase.
He smiles every day. Like the narrative that y'all trying to paint on him right now, I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he's the same person every day. He comes to work. He loves work. He loves the guys in the locker room, so he's pretty positive to me.
There's no narratives. We're just asking questions. Just for the mics.
A little bit of narratives. That's okay.
Yeah, but if you show up to your workplace, right?
Yeah.
Because this is workplace. If I showed up on the air, and we all have bad days, and I said on the air, you know, this just isn't fun for me anymore. Just don't feel the same way that I used to feel about radio. So why do radio if I'm not having fun doing it? You know, there's other things that I could do, and if I'm not having fun, then why this? Wouldn't people be like, hey, dude, are you kidding right now? That doesn't sound like positive talk.
You only talk like that in our pre-show meeting.
Yeah,
hold on,
I only say that like, when I'm talking about Rich behind his back.
Dan Byer just texted me. Is he serious?
No, but
Dan,
that's
come
the
on
tone. You would say, what's up with Covino? So we have every right to speculate that.
Of course.
I would also think that Rich Davis and maybe Spot would be a good example of this because you guys have been together for so long. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins just signed new contracts with Cincinnati. And Joe Burrow had been a supporter of those guys getting their new deals. Now they're locked into deals that could make them difficult to be traded, where if Burrow is not like, I want out or I want to retire, like I could understand why Jamar Chase would maybe be taking the tone that he did, because I think he's probably wondering himself, like, wait a second, I know I'm the highest paid receiver in the NFL, but my guy now wants to leave when I just re-upped 6 months ago on a new deal, 8 months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something to be said. I mean, and keep in mind, they played together at college.
Yeah.
He helped him get this huge deal. Like you said, it's interesting.
The whole injury stuff that you go through, from anything that we hear from athletes, like it's not easy when you're not with the team, you're not playing, and you're injured, and now he comes back into a situation where basically they have to be perfect to even make the playoffs. And if he's now saying after a couple of games back, it looked like it was fun playing against the Ravens on Thanksgiving, right? I mean, they're kicking their butts, but very odd timing.
You know what I'm noticing, Dan?
It was that Bills game in the snow. Honestly, he had
the one he threw 4 touchdowns in.
He had a rough fourth quarter. That game got away, and maybe there's frustration, like you said. Covino's going through it. Like,
a normal response would have been though, it's been a tough year. It's been a really tough year, like that sort of vibe. I think there was more to it, and what I noticed listening to that clip is it's not as dramatic to hear it as when you see it, because when you see him and you see his body language, he looks really defeated, and I get it. Tough season, rough season, but when you see the body language mixed with what he said, it feels worse than what Andrew Luck was saying when Andrew Luck basically said he wasn't playing anymore. And he's not getting past these injuries. We don't know how he feels. That's the thing. We don't know really how he feels and what a struggle it's been. We're not him. We're not in his cleats. It's just not the vibe you want to hear from your starting quarterback. And I wish Joe Burrow the best, because I feel like if he were to do it, and we've seen it before, these guys have plenty of money. They're able to walk away. It might not be worth putting their body through all that. Well, just to have it happen again and again. It becomes a pattern, becomes a routine, as Andrew Luck described when he talked about it. It's not only the Bengals that lose, and it's us. We lose the chance to see where this guy's career goes and the greatness he's possible of.
I don't think he walks away.
It's sad.
But there's always
positive.
There's always a possibility, though, when and again, I don't want to make it all about money, but back in the day when our parents were kids, athletes had off-season jobs to make ends meet. Like guys like Yogi Berra, worked at a car wash, and you would hear stories like
dry cleaners.
Yeah, like guys on the Dodgers. Like you said, I own a deli too. Now, 1 year of playing at $50 to $60 million, that's like winning the Mega Millions or Powerball.
Unless you're Odell Beckham Jr., it's hard to survive.
On 100, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's hard to survive if you're that guy. But, man, it's not the type of talk you want to hear from any leader in your profession, in whatever you do. If I was talking that way, all of you guys would be like, what the hell's going on? What's up with this guy?
Well,
is he thinking about leaving? It's not the type of talk you want. He's the leader of the team, dude.
Am I being soft by saying I sort of feel for him because Joe Burrow is such a competitor, and you felt the same way about Andrew Luck, but Joe Burrow is such a competitor that when he has these freak injuries that just seem to keep derailing him, when you know he's coming into a new season being like, this is the year. All right, I got Higgins, I got Chase, I got my guys signed, we're good. And then just another time this goes wrong.
Yeah, it's got to be mentally frustrating, mentally exhausting, physically exhausting. It's always an uphill battle. And that's exactly the reason why Andrew Luck called it quits early. That's exactly the reason. Oof. Every time, it was 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. Every time he got healthy again. And that's your body trying to tell you something. Like, hey, man, maybe you need to dip away. And he is a young man. He's able to make that decision. All of us, or should I say none of us, want to see that.
No. I'm reading the in-show thread. It's cool when people are, like, putting names to the face. Like, first time I saw Danny G. Love seeing you guys do the live stream. That's from Leanne. William says, if Joe Burrow steps down, maybe it's the right thing for a young man with money to worry about his mental health. I mean, who am I to say? But I don't think it's a mental health thing. I think it's a, man, can I catch a break thing?
Well, I'm sure it starts to affect him mentally, right? If you feel like you're not winning, and I don't mean winning on the field, just like getting ahead and like you keep falling backwards, everything's a struggle.
Winning!
I'm sure that does play a toll or weigh a toll on his mentality and his mentals.
He's probably a big fan. Isn't Charlie Sheen a fan of all Team Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Winning.
So it's sad, but I think that if he was just going through it, and that's a possibility, I think the tone would have been a little different. I do. I think he really is on the fence and thinking, like, you don't say things like that at a press conference when you know millions of people are watching and going to speculate if you don't sort of mean it. So, again, the question is, does it feel like retirement talk, or is he just having a bad day?
I think he's going through it, as you said. However, let's see.
I think there's a possibility, Rich, but I don't know, man. I don't like the sound of it.
HK Black Cat hit us up, and he goes, hey, listen, the guy's got options. Joe Burrow could continue to shower with a bunch of 300-pound offensive linemen, or go shower a Victoria's Secret model at home when he has hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank. So
and that's great and all, but guys like that,
they don't want that. Yeah, well,
it's winning's in their DNA. They're the most competitive people on the planet. You think you're competitive? These guys do this for a living.
Covino.
They want to win.
That conversation is why I can never understand when people say, teams are throwing games or players are not trying, or like, that team's going to, this team's going to lose for a draft pick. My sentiment there is always, if I care to win at Rec Sunday softball, and if you play mini golf with your girlfriend and you're trying to win,
they want to be one of the great guys, like Joe Burrow especially, but want to be one of the greats.
Think of you as a grown man or woman and how competitive you are. Think of how you even pale in comparison to the competitive level of these people.
No question.
If Covino gets aggravated if someone beats him in bowling on a Friday night where we're just hanging, you think Joe Burrow is pleased with another season that sort of got away from him?
But I get that.
And there's also a subconscious.
Okay, but
there's also a subconscious that this is a year where the 6 and 7 Chiefs have taken a step back. There's a sentiment that, like, here was your chance. The Chiefs are stinking like Abe Lincoln. Someone now has a path. You had a path. You lost against the Rams. Can you get back, Joe? We forget Burrow's the only guy that got to the Super Bowl out of the AFC in this little Mahomes era, right? That one-off year where the Bengals beat him, and then the Bengals just fell shy in the Super Bowl to the Rams. He's the guy that did it. This was another little window, as you like to say. I say this was a window of like, all right, the Chiefs were off. Buffalo doesn't seem to be what they were. The Ravens, Lamar's not the same. So when you're sort of giving in that, like, man, the AFC is going to be represented by like Bo Nix or Drake May, Joe Burrow's thinking, are you kidding me? This should have been our path.
I want to be clear on what I'm saying here. I haven't heard anyone else really say this, Rich, because everyone's like, man, this is retirement talk. It feels that way. It does. But I do want to throw the possibility out there that he's just having a bad moment. He's just going through it. It's been a tough year. But I do want to point out, again, that possibility. He's just going through it. Everybody relax.
Yeah.
Because I'm hoping for the best. But as a fight fan, you could feel the difference when an older fighter or a fighter who, just got knocked out or whatever, you could feel by what they say, you could feel if they want to retire, they're on the fence, or they want to move forward, right? Because it's always like, we're going to get back to the drawing board, get back to my camp, we're going to, we'll be back again. I'm not finished yet. Or, I'm going to take it day by day, talk to my family. That means they're on the fence, right? Like, you could tell the difference. Are we back to the drawing board and moving forward, back at camp, we're going to figure it out and come back better next time? Or I got to talk to my camp, talk to my family, and see what the next move is. That's like ho-hum attitude. He had ho-hum attitude here, and that makes me think that this was retirement talk. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. I'm hoping for the best. I would hate to see that happen. All right, so I hope you get what we're selling here. Joe Burrow and his – you know what? Can we play it one more time? Since we're over-speculating and it's what we do. However, it is Joe Burrow. It's a big star in the game.
If I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it. I've been through a lot, and if it's not fun, then what am I doing it for? I'm not sure there was a singular moment or of time. It's just a reflection on a lot of things that I've done and been through in my career. I think I've been through more than most, and it's certainly not easy on the brain or the body, so just trying to have fun doing it again.
Yeah, I want to hear back to the drawing board and get him next year. I want to hear more of that, and we didn't this time. But your thoughts, your phone calls, 877-99 on Fox.
And he was great. I saw him last night. He was in Home Alone and Home Alone 2. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Handsome Macaulay Culkin. They are 2.5-point underdogs against Baltimore. Does the outcome of that game at all change his vibe, you think? If he has,
because winning's fun.
Like DB said on Thanksgiving night, he looked pretty happy.
Hey, Rich, we've been at jobs where it's like, this isn't fun.
Yeah.
We have.
Only one time, but we've been there, yeah.
It's a weak-ass feeling. And if he's not having fun, like, you really do start contemplating, like, is it worth it?
Your job, if you love it, and it's the right job, it at times could be a really good mental escape from problems you're going through.
Rich and I had jobs before where it was supposed to be fun, and it quickly stopped being fun. We'd look at each other like, I don't know if this is worth it, man. I just don't.
Yeah.
And that's not a good place for your quarterback to be. Yeah. They better start winning. They better start having fun.
All right, well, hey, your thoughts, your feedback at 877-99 on Fox.
If I was a Bengals fan, I'd be sending like a circus clown to the locker room.
Sound like a magician.
Yeah,
like,
magician.
Oh, come on.
Someone to bring the fun.
Send like Oz the Mentalist. Like, who wants to play a game? Come on, anyway. Hey,
I would definitely send some sort of street performer to the locker room and just to lighten the mood up a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Rich, send your Uncle Bozo.
Hey, we're here to see Mr. Burrow.
Rich, you should go there, make him some balloon animals, man.
Mike Brown better order pizza for the whole team.
I would call up Sebastian Maniscalco and be like, hey, you got 5 minutes for this guy? Make him laugh or something.
Why would your offensive line do that?
Aren't you embarrassed?
Get something going. All right, so your thoughts on Burrow. We're going to talk about, of course, Phillip Rivers. People are hyped about this. If it doesn't happen, what a letdown.
By the way, speaking of bad vibes, Rich, he needs to lighten his vibe up. The Bengals need to lighten their vibe up. He needs to have fun. Let's keep him there. Let's get that going, right? Mm-hmm. Everyone needs to start kissing his ass a little bit, tell him how great he is. Same thing's going on in Philadelphia. Vibe is bad, and we need to talk about that,
We're going to talk about what's going on in Philly. We're going to talk a little NBA today. OKC's on the mind, and we'll get to all that and more. Your feedback, having fun today. Friday at Fox Sports Radio.
All right, quick timeout. Timeout!
Don't tell me what to do.
Holiday upgrade check.
Yes.
See a sock check, too. You a down-ass fool?
Okay.
Sock check, holiday upgrade check.
Gold toes.
All right. Well, down-ass fools better know about TCL. Are you still watching on a small TV, an old small TV? If you are, you're seeing about half the game, and people are talking about you behind your back.
Yeah, everyone's saying, we're not going to his house
What's
anymore.
up with John's weak-ass TV?
Your TV shouldn't tap out in the red zone. You shouldn't have to squint to see the scores and how much time is left in the round or the quarter. TCL's QM8K, the QD Mini LED, the real MVP. Ultimate brightness, ultimate black levels for the ultimate experience. Pictures so clear, you could taste the turf.
And it's not just football. Movies look cinematic. Are you watching some Christmas classics on it this weekend?
You know I am.
Games feel smoother. We'll be watching Phillip Rivers on the TCL.
Everybody all
notices.
his wrinkles in their glory.
Yeah, in high def. But everybody notices. Everyone's like, damn, that TV.
Here's the play. Holiday savings off. TCL TVs go premium with the QM8K. Like we said, brilliant picture, huge sound, the ultimate choice. Or grab the versatile QM6K for an elevated game day experience.
Don't overthink it. Lock in the ultimate experiences with epic savings, undeniable bragging rights all season long while supplies last.
TCL, official TV partner of the NFL. Find TCL at all the major retailers. TCL, bigger, brighter, better holidays. Select models, limited time. See all major retailers for details.
Nothing's guaranteed in life, and that's what I've learned through years of ups and downs. Now, Rich and I have been very fortunate to work together for over 20 years, but there's never been a guarantee. We used to get nice long contracts, and that was like year to year, and you're always on like the edge of your seat wondering if you're going to get signed again. It's not a fun life to live. COVID changed everything. People lost jobs. People go through jobs now way more than they did when our parents come up and our grandparents come up. Rich, we talk about it all the time. Your grandfather probably worked for the same company his entire life.
He worked for Con Edison in Queens, New York for, 40, 50 years and got a watch and retired. Like, that was the old guy routine. That was the blueprint. Now people are job hopping. It's a different world. But Covino and I have a theory we want to get into, and it has to do with the Nico Harrison firing. Yesterday, of course, Brian Dable. I feel like to be a man or a woman, to be truly humbled, to have character, you need to have been fired and dumped in your life.
Dumped, especially. Yeah, dumped, I think, changes a person. Fired does too, though, because it just shows you what you're really made of. It's not a fun experience. We've all been there. I like to say let go, or it didn't work out, or they gave us an offer we couldn't accept. But truth is, you get an offer that you can't accept because they're putting you in a place where you're forced to move on or forced to quit. So essentially, you kind of got fired. And it's happened to the best of us, but you got to rise like the phoenix. That's really what you have to do. It's your back's against the wall, especially if you have a family. You're like, all right, I got to get it together. I got to develop a new skill. I got to figure it out. And that's when you feel the most alive. And again, that's when it really shows what you are as a man or a woman and what you're made of. And it's happened from the smallest of levels. Rich, weren't you fired at Wendy's?
I was fired at Wendy's. I was fired at a radio station.
Right.
We've all been fired, and we've all been dumped. And I really do think it's a true test of how you rebound. It humbles you when you think you're invincible. Like, yo, she'll never dump me.
Dude.
I saw Covino at his most miserable moments when he thought some of these girls would never leave him. And then he's crying in his beer.
I think that's just as important as getting fired. Look, no one likes these things, but it's a part of life that shapes you and gives you character, like Rich said. And, Rich, that's a great example of my first learning experience that life's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows, as Rocky Balboa said.
Yo, life ain't no sunshine and rainbows.
I was definitely that guy who walked with the strut, thought his S didn't stink, was the coolest dude in the room. She'd never break up with me. She's lucky to have me. I'm God's gift to women. I'm the greatest guy because my mom told me so. And sure enough, man, I was dumped on my ass time and time again by women who thought otherwise.
Well,
and you know what, though? It motivated me. It lit a fire. It let me know that I wasn't all that in the bag of chips, as your dad probably used to say. And I remember this clear as day, Rich. My Uncle Joe said to me, you know what? He's like, I actually like you better, man, as a result, because you've been humbled. You become a real person. You're no longer a cocky wooden boy anymore. You're not a Pinocchio. You're a real man because you know what it's like to experience heartbreak and loss and defeat and being fired. It humbles you and it puts you on your ass into a real place that some people need to be.
And before he got fired, we used to call him Covnocchio. No, but I remember we are on Fox Sports Radio. Is it true that the first two main girlfriends you've had in your life back in your day?
Yes. Are you going to tie this into sports?
Dumped you for a New Jersey Net.
Yes.
At the time.
Yep.
And then the next girlfriend dumped you for a New York Ranger.
Absolutely, yes. That's a true story. I'm not proud of it, but it goes to show you I was a dude living in my parents' basement, or as I used to tell girls, I have these old roommates that live with me. Don't mind those old people. They're my roommates.
They live upstairs. They rent from me.
They rent from me. I was living at home. I was driving radio station vehicles. I was on my grind, on my come up. I sold these beautiful women on my goals and dreams, and they left me for dudes with money. They left me for dudes that were doing big things in professional sports. That humbles you.
Cove,
so back-to-back days, we're talking about people getting fired.
The best of the best in sports have been let go out of contracts.
Yep.
Coaches have been fired. Players that are Hall of Famers have been, we're going to release you. We're not going to pick up the option on your deal. Like, this happens to everyone, and I really do think it's a test to see what you're made of. And
a wake-up
Harrison
call.
And Brian Dable both facing these obstacles over the last 2 days. And you know what? Sometimes the cushion's a little softer when you have guaranteed money and you're like, yeah, I could just chill for a couple years like some of these coaches. But there is something humbling about it.
CNR on a Friday. It's Friday.
Today's Friday.
Today's Friday. We got Iowa Sam on the ones and twos. Our resident cotton-headed ninny muggins, Iowa Sam. We got to get you a green elf hat, man. I think it look great on you.
What are you saying, I'm an elf?
Yeah, you're like Hermie the elf.
So be it.
And we got Danny G.
Yay.
With Santa's sack. Danny G, our resident Raiders fan.
Well, I think you nailed it the other day when you said, I picture Iowa Sam as if he lives at like a Renaissance fair.
Yes, he's our resident
There's something
LARPer.
about him. He just feels like a guy that's like, good day.
He's the best, Iowa Sam. Danny G, our producer, Spot on the videos. Covino and Rich FSR. We're the greatest team, and we're glad you're part of it, guys. Dan Byers got your update in just a few minutes, but we're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Have you heard about trainer games? Add this to your binge list. 10 athletes go head-to-head for the chance to win an iFit trainer contract worth $250,000. Wow.
$250,000?
Streaming on Prime Video starting January 8th, so make note of that. All right, so I'm Covino, and that is Rich. And I don't want to be the person, as my mom would say, making a mountain out of molehills. I don't even know what that means. I don't want to make a bigger deal about this Joe Burrow thing, but I do think that it's worth speculating. I think he was saying too much. Like, hey, dude, maybe just he should have stayed home today.
We've seen it with Barry Sanders. We've seen it with Andrew Luck. Not for the same reason.
Barry Sanders was 31, I think. Luck was 29. Burrow's 29. It's not impossible.
We've seen good players walk away early because it's just injuries or they weren't feeling it.
One thing that surprises me of the timing of this, I was looking at PFF, and they have an elite 93.1 team pass blocking grade for the Bengals since Burrow returned from injury, leading the NFL by a wide margin. So, yeah, it's only a couple of weeks, but the O-line actually came together since he returned.
And for the record, this is sixth season, and he's just dealt with injury after injury after injury.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is there a player that comes to mind off the top of the dome, maybe that played for your team that you enjoyed, that called it a day early, and you're like, what are we doing? Why? I saw
because
Patrick.
Of injury or just because? I mean, for me, that would be Don Mattingly.
Yeah, Don Mattingly for injury, but Jim Brown.
Jim Brown retired at 29 years old.
I had to look up the age because I'm a big, Niners guy. As you can see, if you're watching on the YouTube chat, my NFL Jam Brock Purdy shirt. McCaffrey, what's up? Patrick Willis, 30 years old. I didn't think it was that young, but Patrick Willis, who was one of the best, just said, couple injuries got him caught up, and he called it a day at 30. So, hey, we see it happen. I just think I think he's just feeling down. I really do. I think Burrow.
It could very well be that, but
now,
it was pretty noticeable, though.
I'll say this, but this
like
is
I said, most of the time it's like, it's been a tough year kind of thing.
This isn't
not
really
about having fun and why do things when you're not having fun anymore.
This isn't really going out on a limb because I think everyone would agree with me. If it happens one more time, then I think you might be like, F it, this is just not meant to be or something. But I think it would be crazy if Joe Burrow, as talented and as young as he is, and he's able to play now, I think if he runs it back next year, and God forbid, like in week 3, hurts his knee or something, then I think he'll be like, that's it. But I think he's got one more, what do they call it back there? A college try?
Hurrah.
One more hurrah. Let's go to your phone calls and feedback. Danny G is answering your calls and saying what's up at 877.
Hey, Danny G, what do you want to talk about?
99 on Fox. Washington State. Chris, you're on. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, hey, just chiming in about the Burrow situation. Covino had asked if you remembered where you were when it happened with Luck, and it was just before the season, and I actually had drafted him in the 6th round of my fantasy draft, and now this is a live draft with all my buddies, and then in the 8th round is when we take our break, and in the 8th round at our break, he announced his retirement. So everybody's busting my chops the rest of the draft. I end up naming my team S out of luck for the rest of the year.
Nice.
You got a great name. You got a great name out of it.
Yeah.
And truthfully,
it was sad though.
Truthfully, I feel like you're not the only one. I remember that being like a bottom layer of the whole thing, though.
Because it was a surprise. Like, he's retiring?
Because I remember there were people I knew that were, higher end fantasy things. Like, would you believe it? I drafted Luck because he was a good fantasy player. So that's wild. All right, Larry in Vegas, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on? I want to comment on that Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in you guys. You guys up there pondering what he meant. That's like if a chick called you and she say, this relationship was this and that, but I'm not having fun anymore. You guys know what that means when the chick call you and tell you she's not having fun anymore.
She's already swinging from some other So you're thinking
you're
that
right.
So you're saying I am damn right. We've been there. We've all been there.
Yeah, that's what,
so. Larry,
we don't want to hear that.
So what Larry's insinuating is like he might not be done. He might be done with the Bengals.
That he just wants out.
So hey, Larry, good call.
Yeah, no, that absolutely with that, because there's been talk with the Jets and the deals that they did in trading Sauce Gardner and in trading Quinnen Williams that they would have the ammunition with their number 1 picks if someone like Burrow was available. This has kind of been swirling in the Jets world for about the last month or so.
Imagine
that he feels the need to see other teams.
Imagine having bad luck to begin with.
Is he saying it's not you, it's me?
No, he's saying it's not me, it's you.
Yes, that's exactly what he's saying.
But imagine like being like, yeah, I'm really been down on my luck. I'm going to change that by going to the Jets.
That doesn't make sense. And DB, do you think because he got his boys paid and he helped him get that bag that maybe he doesn't feel as guilty if he leaves
He should feel more guilty because they were going to get paid
too.
regardless.
Yeah.
And it's to stay in Cincinnati for something. That's why I brought it up earlier. I'm sure they're kind of like, wait a second, why did I sign the long-term deal in Cincinnati?
Dan, but they got good chili there.
Right?
Do they?
Oh, that Skyline, yeah.
Sam.
Man, Sam.
I hear more jokes about Skyline chili than actual compliments.
I think that's really weak. I really do.
Well, great insight, Larry. One last one from Daniel in Virginia, then we'll go to Dan Byer for an update. Daniel, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? I was just calling in to talk about a player that retired early. He was my favorite player, Luke Kuechly. I mean, he's only 34 years old right now. He could still be dominating as a defensive linebacker.
Luke Kuechly was such a force, oh, man. You know what? There's a sense that you can name a handful of linebackers that were really good that I guess when you're so dominant at that position, one little tweak or injury just takes you off your game, and you're like, yeah, I'm just not doing it anymore. Man.
Rich, I texted you something, a former San Francisco 49er who retired after one season.
Is it Chris Borland?
Chris Borland.
I remember that because he was like a young force.
Former Badger and was worried about CTE. So,
man.
I mean, listen, it's your health, and you do what you want with it.
When you're a dominant defender like that, like he said, like a Kuechly, and you lose a step. Have you guys seen, like, I know he was part of your defense in Seattle that dominated, but have you seen Wagner, like, lately? He just lost a step. When on
he's
Washington.
probably lost a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but it's like they even commented like, well, when he was with Seattle, it's a different story. Legion of Boom defense. Such a position where I think it goes quick. All right, Dan Byer, what's going on with you, man? What's the updates?
A lot going on today. Former Michigan head football coach Sharon Moore attended his court session via video as he faces a third-degree felony charge of home invasion, a misdemeanor charge of stalking, and a misdemeanor charge of breaking and entering stemming from the incidents that occurred Wednesday in Ann Arbor. His bond was set at $25,000. He's due back in court in January. He'll be required to wear a GPS device and cannot leave the state of Michigan. Utah head coach Kyle Whittingham stepping down from his position after the Las Vegas Bowl against Nebraska. He's done with the Utes after 21 seasons. The Athletic reports, though, that Whittingham may not be done coaching, but is done at Utah. Every Olympic dream starts with a first glide. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com. TJ Watt underwent a surgical procedure to repair a collapsed lung suffered on Wednesday. He's not likely to play against the Dolphins on Monday night, but right now Watt has not been ruled out for the season. Raiders are going to start Kenny Pickett at quarterback against the Eagles. Jets will start rookie Brady Cook against the Jaguars. He'll become the 7th rookie to start a game at quarterback this season. Colts head coach Shane Steichen still has not made a decision publicly on who will start for Indy against the Seahawks in Week 15. Well, the Chiefs will be down 3 offensive linemen and wide receiver Hollywood Brown when they face the Chargers coming up on Sunday. Bengals have the Ravens, but they won't have T. Higgins. He's out because of his concussion. Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb cleared concussion protocol and will play against the Vikings. Packers running back Josh Jacobs was on the practice field today after missing the first 2 workouts of the week, while Bears wide receiver Roma Dunze questionable to face the Browns. And Victor Wembanyama likely back for the Spurs tomorrow against the Thunder in the NBA Cup semis. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, it's so funny you would say that, DB. I was going to say, I know we're in an NFL state of mind, but I just wrote down, ask DB about Wemby because he's probable to be back. That's a real interesting test because we keep talking about this unbeatable 24-1 Thunder team. I know the Cup in the NBA hasn't had the pizzazz they wanted, but who doesn't want to watch that? If Wemby's back for the Spurs, a Wemby Spur team, healthy, everyone's healthy, against the OKC Thunder, that's probably the most legit test they've gotten so far.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. If you're not watching a game like that in your in-season high mark, when are you going to watch?
Exactly. That's one to jot down. Thank you, Dan Byer. Now, we got a lot more coming up. I want to talk about the NFC East later, if that's cool with you, because if you lay out the Cowboys versus the Eagles' final 4 games, there's a way for the Cowboys to still sort of find their way in, but they're going to need the Eagles to really collapse, and I think you think it's possible based on the vibe they got going on.
Well, the positivity bunny isn't working the way they had hoped.
It's a real thing.
So, yeah, we'll talk about that and more. Your big TV game of the week.
Perfect. All next, so a lot of NFL. Get you pumped up for Week 15 right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Let's start with Cam Scattaboo, or as I called him, Scam Cattaboo.
Ooh, Scattaboo.
He's getting a lot of negative press this week.
Yeah.
What's all
bullshit.
doing?
It's all bullshit because he goes to Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
And since we talked about it, just a little update. Coach said it was an organized trip for the rookies on the team. It's bonding. They do things like this. It's just everyone, because he's hurt, has a fucking problem with him shoving wrestlers.
Bad optics, though.
The Judgment Day.
Think of how Giants fans feel knowing how much promise he had this season. Breaks an ankle. It's like, yo, man, what's he doing on that ankle right there? We know it's fake and all, but anything could happen.
Yeah, but like I said the other day.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, Spot. Wrestling it's real, buddy. It's real.
What are you talking about?
I mean, it is sports entertainment, but
it's a bit of a tussle. It could be rough. Gotta be gentle. Take it easy, as they say in New York. Take it easy.
I have a question.
Take it easy.
Come on, Cam, take it easy. He's celebrating his 10,000th follower. So he has 10,000 followers on Twitch. So what he does is he takes an energy drink in celebration, he puts it in a cleat, and he does the infamous shoey. There you go. I don't get down like this. This is where the party stops for me. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not the less bash heads and less, punch a wall kind of guy.
I mean, it's his own shoe.
Yeah, but that's gross.
I hope it's a clean shoe.
I mean, but regardless, it's his shoe. If
But
it was,
dude,
I wouldn't drink out of your shoe.
When people do shoeys, they're not always clean shoes. Look at them. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, let's go shoeys. So I call this, you can call it whatever you want. But me personally, Steve Covino, I call this the weakest party moves.
Oh, this is your no-no list?
Yeah, this is Steve Covino's no-no list. I don't get down like that.
All right, so
like,
if you're a guy like Covino...
Like if someone's like, yo, dude, let's do a shoey. I'm like, how about no?
I've heard Covino actually say at parties, even when he was younger, even before he knew him, for some reason, Covino's like, I don't scataboo.
I don't scataboo. I don't scat. Hey, you know what? You scataboo. I'm going to go talk to some chicks. That was my mindset back
here
then.
we go.
No,
all right, so what are the things that
this
even...
isn't like a turnoff, dude.
Even when you were in college and you were living with your buddies at the frat house or whatever the hell you were doing, what are the things you would never do?
You could call these fun time party antics from back in the day. I call these weak ass moves. These moves come with a lifetime guarantee. No ass for a lifetime. Guaranteed.
For people that aren't a stick in the mud like you, maybe things that we've graduated past.
Fine. Whatever you want to call it.
Okay, let's go.
I'm kicking it off with keg stands. Have I done one in my life? One. One and done. No bueno.
I don't think I've ever done
Lame. Vatos don't keg stand. That's a rare photo right there.
That's what I said.
So keg standing.
No, this is a photo of you from college.
Get out of here.
I graduated. What else does not fly with Steve Covino?
Body shots.
Off of dudes?
Anybody. Like really,
I mean,
if she's a smoke show and I'm just a horned up dude, yeah, fine. But it's not always like a hot chick that you're getting a body shot from.
Here's the problemo. I'll tell you, I've done body shots off of some good-looking ladies back in the day.
You want to drink a shot out of someone's lint-filled belly button?
No, but here's the problem.
This isn't your style?
But here's the problem.
I don't even know what's going on.
I've done body shots off of women at bars in my 20s, but here's the problem.
Meanwhile, 50 other guys have done shots off the same woman.
I mean, if you want to take the words out of my mouth, go ahead. Do the show by yourself then.
Well, don't you have that strip club theory?
My strip club theory is every time you put your face in some girl's big boobs, you're rubbing another dude's face essentially because some other guy's face was right there. So same theory with the body shot.
Barf.
Hot in theory, but the reality is you're like licking her belly where some other dude probably licked her belly.
Let me ask you this. I get it. We all do dumb things when we're young, right? And you could chalk it up to, hey, man, I was in my 20s. And that's fine.
Yeah.
But you got to graduate from these things. Beer funnels / helmets.
Okay, I'm with you. I never felt the instinct, and I'm not saying I'm above it. We've all had our fair share of drunk fun times as young men, but I've never felt the urge to like funnel anything.
Never needed it that bad.
I could pace myself and still get buzzed, you know?
And, the beer helmet, nothing says you're a loser sports fan or just a loser, period, than a beer helmet. Here's one I've done once. I remember clear as day, and I'm like, this is the most overrated experience ever.
What?
The ice luge.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Sticking your face. Again, it's all sticky. You're doing some weak, sticky shot, and your face is there, and it's all dripping down your face, and you're putting your face where some other dude's face
the ice
was.
melts, so it's no longer germy. Listen, I'm not.
What's the science behind that?
I'm not doing it as a 40-year-old man, but let me tell you, when I was a young man in college, I remember going to a frat party once and was introduced, spring break as well, the ice luge, a nice chilled shot.
You know what? I mean, can't you just do a shot? You need that nonsense?
You loser.
Yeah, what a bunch of losers.
Well, you know what? You know why? Covino just hates it because he did an ice luge.
Happy Hollandays. Happy holidays,
good one, bro.
everybody. That's an inside joke, man.
Hey.
Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Hey, and by the way, if you love our show here, we're uncensored and unleashed Monday through Friday. Monday through Thursday, actually, on Patreon. A lot of our clips are on our social media pages, at Covino and Rich. And, of course, we're at Fox Sports Radio, and we're streaming live right now. Right now, you could watch what you hear or check it out later. Covino and Rich FSR.
While you're watching, let me tell you about the Fox Sports Radio Tire Rack Play of the Day. The Falcons, oh, my God. Yo, they made your dude Baker. They made Mike Evans. They made everyone very upset last night.
Snap spot, kick by Gonzalez. It is good. Fly home safely. Atlanta wins.
This is the end of the game.
29-28.
92.9 The Game. You got game? Falcons Radio Network. That was the Tire Rack Play of the Day. For over 40 years, Tire Rack have been helping people find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free. Backed by that free road hazard protection. Convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. The way tire buying should be.
I watched that at the bar last night.
That was rough,
I was just trying to lip read. Mike Evans looking mad, yelling.
The bar?
Yeah.
You were there by yourself at the bar?
I was at the bar. You know, just me. Boulevard of Broken Dreams, Sam. Just me and my brewski.
Either you eat the bar or the bar eats you.
Yeah.
I so badly want to get into a lot of the, I guess you would say a lot of the playoff scenarios of the final 4 games of the season. But I got to ask Dan Beyer, because he's alluded to this, and he's a man of knowledge.
Man of honor. He's just the man.
Do you think, because when you see a team like the Bucks, and they still have 2 games against the Panthers. So last night, not that it was irrelevant, but if they sweep the Panthers, it doesn't matter. They win the division, right? 2 of the final 3 games they have are against the Panthers. Someone's going to win that division at like 9-8. Meanwhile, my Niners, your Seahawks, the Packers, the Bears, someone's going to have to play a road game with possibly 12 or 13 wins at Tampa or at Carolina with 9 wins. Is that just the way the cookie crumbles, or do you think realignment in the playoffs is a thing?
No, it needs to be. I harp on this on my Sunday show.
I know it's a thing that you've, that's why I ask you.
You think it should be realigned?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't think that if you win your division, you should get a home game. What were the Vikings last year? They were 14-3. Now, ultimately, the Rams game was displaced because of the wildfires out here. They had to go and play in Arizona, and it's a neutral field. But like Minnesota, and I know they lost that game, but that's not reason to be like, see, they shouldn't. There's no way that Tampa or Carolina should have an advantage. Winning your division, especially in a year like this, just to get into the playoffs is fine. Automatic berth of the playoffs, you win your division, you're in. But to say that you hold your seed of a 4 seed, so you'll have a higher seed than any of the wild cards if you advance as far as you need, that's ridiculous. And then just to think of a team like the Lions right now on the outside looking in, they've got a better record than Tampa and Carolina.
Oh, there'll be a team in the NFC that doesn't make the playoffs that is worse than the Panthers or Bucks.
Yes.
Fact.
Yes.
Fact.
So I hate it when the owners say like they want to win they want to put value on the division and winning the division. The value is getting into the playoffs when you shouldn't have been. And that's what the bonus would have been this year. I don't think that we would have argued with that. But to have a home game is just, it's ridiculous. I'm not a fan of it at all.
The 9-4 Bears, the 9-4 Niners, your Seahawks. There's a team that are, by the way, 10-3. There's a team that's going to win 12 or 13 games that's going to have to pack their bags and go across the country down to either Tampa or Carolina to play a team that is barely over 500. But you could argue that that's
Yeah, I was leaning
the
toward
name of the game.
That's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
But, you know, when I hear Dan Beyer so passionately say, yeah, that's bunk. Shouldn't be that way. Yeah, it makes me think a little more about it.
Well,
That's
put
the
it in
beauty of
terms
the
that
show.
you care about. If your Yankees won 98 games but then had to go, play a road series against a team that won 84 games. And
it's just a different – I'm one of those guys like, oh, those are the rules? Yeah. Okay, well, I guess those are the rules. But
you said it.
Yeah, that's sort of how my mind works with that stuff. But yeah, now I'll double guess it now. I'll think about it more.
Well, hey, listen, we're going to talk some Cowboys and Eagles because there's more possibilities in the NFC East than you think, and Covino's really getting a kick out of this whole Eagles positivity bunny. We're going to get to that and my big games of the week. Let's go. Next.
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio.
Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game.
Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham!
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank
I
you.
love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Joe. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding. He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable.
He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape.
With the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special.
Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking
joking.
Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best. You were dating some girl, and you were like, hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense. Her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the funk.
We're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar? Yeah. Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am.
Former Michigan head football coach Sharon Moore was charged with a third-degree felony today. He also faces misdemeanor charges of stalking and breaking and entering during a court appearance. The felony count is of home invasion. He was released on $25,000 bond, must wear a tracking device, and is due back in court in January. Utah head football coach Kyle Whittingham stepping down from his position after 21 years following their game in the Las Vegas Bowl on New Year's Eve against Nebraska. Now, The Athletic reports that Whittingham has not said that he is retiring from coaching football, but is stepping down from the Utah position. Steelers edge rusher TJ Watt likely to miss Monday's game against the Dolphins after undergoing a surgical procedure to repair a collapsed lung. Raiders will start Kenny Pickett at quarterback against the Eagles. Jets going with rookie Brady Cook against the Jaguars. T. Higgins is out for the Bengals as they will travel to take on will face the Ravens, this Sunday.
Hey, it's going to be a fun hour. Weekend hobnobbing, what you need to watch this weekend in the world of sports and entertainment. And, guys, get this. We're giving away prizes.
Get this.
Our brand new CNR on FSR Turbo Grip Nerf Football. We're going to play our new game, Brainwave.
Whoa.
Multiple choice. Are you on our Brainwave or not? Stick around for that, plus Rich's Big TV Game of the Week. Broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, I'm Covino. That is Rich. We're streaming live, Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube, and we be rocking out. Let's go. Now, Sesame Street helped raise all of us. Now it's our turn. Donate this holiday season at sesame.org. 'Tis the season to give, Rich.
Ooh, you said it, bud.
Because the world needs Sesame, and Sesame needs you.
You said it, Elmo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And every goal starts with an assist on and off the field. That's why Haleon and U.S. Soccer are launching For the Assist, a celebration of everyday acts of support that help people achieve their goals with iconic brands like Sensodyne, Tums, Advil, and Centrum. To learn more, go to HaleonAssist.com.
HaleonAssist.com.
You said it, buddy boy.
So Rich is getting his Big TV Game of the Week ready. Phones are open. Danny G's on standby, waiting just to say hi. 877-99 on Fox. Hello to the future people watching us on Covino and Rich FSR YouTube. Send it to a friend. That's all we want. Is for more people to check out the show. Our bonus pod also airs here over Promise, so check it out. Covino and Rich FSR.
Check it out.
Check it out. And now let's talk real quick before we talk about the games this weekend.
Yeah.
The Eagles.
Yeah.
This is a classic Chris Rock grand opening, grand closing. Because they busted out this positivity bunny because vibes are bad. Even though the Eagles have a winning record, vibes are bad in Philadelphia.
Did like a therapist suggest this? Like, remember on Ted Lasso, they had like the in-team therapist. Yeah, maybe you guys should do a positivity bunny.
Eagles have installed a positivity rabbit. Bunny sounds lamer, so we'll stick with bunny. Positivity bunny into the locker room to emphasize positivity and good vibes. And it's one of those things, those like inflatable, like those lawn inflatables.
You mean like the things on my lawn I said I would never have, and now I have 2 little kids, so I have 10 of them?
I was going to say that. Rich used to dump on those so hard. In fact, I know what word he used to describe them every time. when you were a younger fella, used to say, those are the tackiest.
Yeah,
tacky,
they are.
Tacky.
Lawn inflatables are tacky. But you know what? I have a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old, and you give in, and you're like, oh, my God, and now I'm the guy with an inflatable Santa on my lawn.
So they had a giant inflatable rabbit. You may have missed the story, but this is true. And it's a goofy Easter bunny. It looks like the Paws or like the Dudley Easter bunny.
Lame.
Thank you, PW. The offensive line stressed that they're not
It is
sad.
offensive. This is offensive.
Yeah, it is kind of offensive. The offensive line stressed that they're not sad. They just wanted good vibes, and they had this bunny put into the locker room.
The cheesiest things could be awesome if it's combined with winning. And, of course, I'm going to go back to my Mets, because why would I not? It's me.
It's me, Jessica.
It's me.
Hawk to a girl.
She was part of the fun, but I mean,
oh, you're talking about stupid grimace.
I mean,
that's so dumb.
You're
just grasping at straws. You're
but,
looking for something. You're forcing like a moment.
But
people could sniff right through that, man.
Yeah, the Mets might suck now, but let me tell you this, buddy.
It's better when Hawk to a girl was in the locker room in a cage.
You know what? 2 years ago, when the Mets took their season of magic all the way to the NLC against Danny's Dodgers, that was a team that just really had a lot of walk-offs and magic and great moments. Remember, they stunk, and then they turned it on, and they said it was because the minute Grimace threw out the first pitch, that's when the hot streak started. And you know what? Something as corny as Grimace becomes funny, cool, and gimmicky if your team wins.
Yeah, but that was more organic, right? Like, he happened to throw out the first pitch, so they rolled with that. Even though it's corny, it was a little more organic than this because this was something that they forced upon the team. And it's like, whatever, But Rich nailed it. It's about, well, did they win? Because when you're losing, those antics come back to haunt you, and people start pointing at, these moves you're making.
You know when a rally monkey's cool? When you win the World Series.
Exactly.
You know when a rally monkey's not cool? When you're like the worst team in the AL West. What's up, Angels?
And we're not the only ones saying it now because even Jason Kelce spoke about it. And if you missed it, he sort of went off on the positivity bunny.
It's a lot of negativity in Philadelphia and before the game for an 8-4 team that's first in their division and certainly looking like they're going to be in the playoffs. I think the team was trying to make a statement like, hey, we're all in on this together. We feel like we're still the real deal.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I don't really like the rabbit. I think it's kind of like, it's a little hokey. You got to go back it up. I think they tried it. It didn't work. You got to ditch the rabbit. I mean, the whole thing's got to go.
It's got to go.
I honestly, if I'm being very brutally honest, I thought it was a surprise to see the rabbit because I'm like, it's a sign of just like too much like joking around with something that I think is like actually like you should be really pissed off at the way you're playing. It's okay to be positive, but like, this is something you do when everything's rolling and you're freaking performing.
Yeah, this is too corny for a team that has to get out of this funk.
These things are usually, again, like you said, symbolic, like Kelsey said, of a good moment. Now, Spot, our video guy, is a huge Seinfeld fan. I'm pretty sure no one I know knows more about Seinfeld than Spot.
And by the way, Rich, it's gone. This bunny? Gone.
I'm sure.
Yeah, just like that.
Spot, would you almost equate this to like you can't give yourself a nickname, George Costanza style?
Oh, yeah. Can't be T-Bone or 8-Ball.
You can't force it.
You can't give yourself a nickname. You can't decide. It's like, have you ever been in a meeting? I'm talking to the general you. You ever been in a meeting at work? You could work in a variety of jobs, and you'll hear some older person at the meeting say, "Well, make it go viral." Make it go viral. You don't choose what goes viral.
I said, make it.
You know what we got to do? This is a great idea. Make it go viral.
Go viral.
You can't force something to go viral. You can't make something be organic. It's either just organic or not.
Yeah, so the Grimace example you gave, organic, yet
cheesy but
smells
organic.
of gimmicky and cheesy.
Yeah, but Covino,
this is both. This is double doozy of lane.
Why the Grimace
thing?
It's
the corniest thing. Like, what is the what's the connection with the Eagles? There may be an inside joke that I don't know. But what's the connection? The positivity bunny?
The reason I'll stick up for
corny and forced.
The reason I'll stick up for the dumb Grimace thing was because no one sought out and said, "Oh, Grimace, this will be the solution." a fan or someone pointed out in like a funny observational way, like, ever since Grimace threw out that first pitch on like McDonald's promo day,
so I never made fun of it.
The Mets are like, they've won like 6 in a row or 8 in a row, and it became like this organic, like, Grimace.
True.
Again, natural. When you say, oh, you know what'll be the trick? Oh, the bunny, positivity bunny.
So Jason Kelce spoke out on it, and he sort of described it the same way we see it here.
I admire the attempt to be like, well, there's a problem, let's fix it, but you can't force chemistry.
But not
you
everybody
can't force
likes
vibe.
that hokey. He used the word hokey. That's a good word. Lame is another one. Pee Wee Herman, thank you. Not everybody vibes with lame things like that. This is the NFL. These guys are putting their war paint on. They're getting fired up. They're trying to get in a zone. No way. That's corniness.
People,
this is NFL. I'm saying not everybody. You might vibe like that. I don't vibe like that.
When a locker room is vulnerable and funny, you see guys like rookies go up there and do karaoke and do fun things.
Not everybody vibes that way. You think I want to go out and do karaoke in front of a bunch of grown men?
That's why everyone around here says behind your back that you would not be a clubhouse guy.
But that's my point. Not everybody vibes that way. So if I'm really like trying to get in a mindset of, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna beat the S out of this team today, man. And it's a no holds barred Hulk Hogan sort of atmosphere. You think that bunny's gonna help me? I don't think so. I think that's stupid. Steve, it's the NFL.
Steve, I want you to hug the positivity bunny.
You want a bunny? Go do that in your own time,
and then go tackle.
I don't like that.
No.
I think it's corny for the NFL. That's for like a little kid's little league team.
I think you're corny.
Dude, use that for your daughter's softball team.
It's for a toddler's playroom.
The Philadelphia Eagles? Badass. You're supposed to be a badass. You got the baddest fans in all the land. You got Goofy Bunny? That's corny, dude. I'm sorry. That's how I see it.
Well, and Dan Byer, call Amazon. Stop the order on the FSR Bunny.
All right. I may be too late. I might just have to return it.
Hey, but I at least acknowledge that you make it down that way. Why are you failing to acknowledge that I don't?
Okay, fine.
That's my point.
I acknowledge it.
So, I mean, I think you guys are kind of talking about like superstitious stuff. What about stuff like, remember the Jaguars put like a wood stump in their locker room and had an axe, and then someone like had an accident, like, well, we can't do this anymore.
Had an accident.
But they did. What about, there's something like that? Like, are you good with something like that? Like, this is like
it's not as corny.
Yeah. It's not as flippant as.
Covino has a problem with DB that I do not. Like during the baseball season, we're big baseball guys, as you know. Like the Mariners with their trident, or the samurai helmet for the Angels, or
some are lamer than others.
But I think those little things, like I find that to be team building and camaraderie, and guys get a kick out of it. They bust chops.
Yeah, they're not little leaguers, bro.
Yeah, but it's it's a kid's game that is being played by grown men.
Turnover chain, like you like turnover chain?
Yeah, do you like turnover chains? Do you like?
Where they put the medallion?
Yeah. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate fun.
Do you like
Dan.
do you like
but
in college
where's
when
the connection to
in college sports they have like big turnover chains in college? Like there's teams that have.
I'm not hating on the fun. I just don't like the gimmicky feeling of it.
Yeah,
and by the way, I mean, I'm not alone. Jason Kelce, who played for the Eagles, feels the same way.
Doesn't like the bunny.
He knows the vibe of the Eagles. I don't think that matches the vibe. And I get it. They're trying to keep it positive. But winning keeps things positive. The stupid rabbit's not going to change anything.
If Covino is a defender and everyone ran into the end zone after an interception to do like a choreographed dance, Covino would be the one guy standing on the side like, you guys could do it. I'm not.
Maybe. It depends how I feel about it. And if you haven't seen
Covino won't do the Urkel dance.
It's a giant, inflatable, goofy-looking Easter bunny.
They're reaching at straws, which is why I wanted to bring this up. We're going to get to my big TV game. In a second. But I did want to bring up where the Eagles and Cowboys are headed. Sam, hit me up with a quick schedule watcher because no one watches the schedule quite like me.
The Rich loves to look at the schedule game.
Schedule watching. All right, Cowboys, Eagles. You might think, this is all done. Eagles are 8-5, as Kelce said, likely to make the playoffs, but not necessarily. So the Cowboys,
silly rabbits.
The Cowboys are 6-6-1. The Eagles are 8-5. Now, the way the Cowboys make the postseason would be simple. You have to win 4 in a row. You win 4 in a row, you're 10-6-1, right? I'm not breaking the glass. I'm not doing any hard, what do they call it now with our kids? Like Common Core math?
Yep. When they draw all those little eggs?
Yeah, but no, I'm not doing that. You're 6-6-1. You make the playoffs if you're 10-6-1. You sweep against the Vikings, which you should, Washington, and the Giants. Those are 3 wins. The one real big obstacle for the Dallas Cowboys, they play the Chargers, but that game is in Dallas, and the Chargers need the game as well. So if they can get past that Chargers team in Dallas, you win 4 in a row. That's the Jerry Jones Cowboys fan dream. You're 10-6. You're 10-6-1.
It's not impossible.
You need the Eagles to then go 10-7, and you sneak in by a half a game. That means you need the Eagles to go 2-2 over their final 4. One of those games the Eagles can lose for sure is at the Bills, right? So now you got 1 L. They're playing the Raiders this week. Danny G, I hate to say it, I think that is the W for the Eagles, right? The Raiders. So now you got to say to yourself, their other 2 games are against the Commanders.
Well, they're not beating Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett?
Yes, he can.
Kenny Pickett?
Yes, he can.
It's all going to come down, in my opinion, and the opinion of many. Can the Commanders force a split with a division rival? If they do, if they win one of the 2 games against the Eagles, they're 10-7, 10-7, and the Cowboys would be 10-6-1.
I don't see the Commanders beating the Eagles.
Right, well, then you know what? You and Jason Kelsey and all Eagles fans should be pumped. All right, let's get into this. The big TV games of the week.
You should see my setup. I got an extra TV.
The game that I will have.
We should call it Rich's Big TV Game of the Week.
It's Rich's Big TV Game of the Week.
Ooh, week 15, bro. Ooh.
Ow.
Dude, if you don't have Philip Oldman Rivers on here, then I'm not watching with you.
All right, well, let's take a look at the early games. There's a lot of bunk games that I know you're not going to care about. Like I said, Eagles, Raiders, no thanks. Giants, Commanders, nope. Browns and Bears, Texans and Cardinals, these are a lot of games where good teams should just win and just move a step closer to the postseason. Chiefs and Chargers, interesting. Not that the Chiefs are totally dead, but the Chargers can put a nice exclamation point on the season and be like, yo, we're 10-4 now. We're in it to win it. But that's not the big TV game, and it's certainly not the Jags hosting the Jets. Ravens, Bengals, that would have had pizzazz had the Bengals won last week. But it's all about the Bills at Patriots. Bills at Patriots is Drake May.
No doubt, no diggity.
For real. Is Josh Allen going to go to Foxborough and say, yo, I'm still Josh Allen. Did you see the pictures of my wife, Haley Steinfeld, that she posted for her birthday? So hot.
Really?
So, yeah, Haley Steinfeld posted some...
I'm going to look them up right now.
She posted some nice... I wouldn't say they're not racy, but they're hot.
Where do I find these bad boys?
Just Google Haley Steinfeld. You'll see him. So Bills at Pats. That's your
creepo.
That's your TCL big TV game of the week. That's what you throw on.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's the early big game.
That's a great game.
I don't think any other game competes there. I think, believe it or not, there's 5 games in the late window, and usually the late window is the easy one to choose. I got to be real. My Niners-Titans, for me as a Niners fan, I don't even think it gets a big TV. I'll just have it on my phone or iPad or something. But that doesn't deserve the big TV. The Niners should win.
The tablet.
The Niners should win by 20. Saints and Panthers, nope.
Lame.
Man, there's 3 games. You tell me, Covino. Colts and Seahawks, you would say yes. That might be because Phillip Rivers wins.
That
right?
just adds to the drama.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I feel like such a gimmicky fan because the other 2 games that deserve the big TV.
Lions, Rams.
Lions at the Rams and Packers at the Broncos.
Yeah, those are all
Packers at Broncos.
Well, hey, your call. You tell us.
Lions
it's
and Rams.
Your big TV.
Dude, Lions and Rams.
They're all great games.
Lions and Rams, buddy boy.
What if I told you that Phillip Rivers is starting? It's official. Does that change it?
I've never done this before on my big TV game of the week, Danny.
Uh-oh.
Can I change a game mid-game?
Oh, I thought you were going to go split screen.
I could do that. But you know what I think I'm going to do?
Picture.
You know what what I could do is say, hey, guys, I'm going to watch the first 10 minutes. I want to see Phillip Rivers' first 2 drives. And then I'll change it. So I think you start with Phillip Rivers, but I think after that,
I get you because the intrigue is there, right?
Yeah, but
so you got to see what's going on.
Is Phillip Rivers in the third quarter if the Seahawks are winning 28-10 worth watching? No. It's really a matter of Packers-Broncos. Do you want to see what's going on in Mile High against Jordan Love, or do you want to see Goff, Stafford run it back, another matchup on opposite teams?
I think that's the best game, me personally.
I'm going Packers at Broncos.
Wow.
Packers, Broncos.
Hey, it's not just TV.
Because these are 2 teams that both have Super Bowl hopes. I think I think the Rams should beat up on the Lions pretty good. So I'm going Packers-Broncos. That's my big TV game of the week. And, hey, let me know yours. At Rich Davis, at Covino Rich. And coming up, we are going to play Brainwave. If you want in, you could win a Covino and Rich Nerf football. This is last year's football. We got a new one.
It's
more
all
of a,
multiple choice, too, so no pressure, just a lot of fun. Are you on the same brainwave as everyone here in the studio?
Breakout
877-99 on Fox.
Break out the dry erase boards. We play next. And, again, looking for a contestant at 877-99 on Fox. A Nerf football up for grabs here at Fox Sports Radio. Now, buddy.
Yes.
TCL.
TCL.
You got a new TV. You watching on at least a legitimate TCL TV.
Holiday upgrade.
Because you can't be watching on some old small TV that doesn't have all the fixins. So right now, TCL's QM8K.
Did you say fixins?
I said fixins. Their mini LED is the real MVP. Ultimate brightness, ultimate black levels for the ultimate experience. Picture so clear. You could taste the turf.
The turf with some fixins.
Did you say fixins?
I did say fixins. And it's not just football. Movies look cinematic. Games feel smooth. And yes, the in-laws, everybody that comes by, your neighbors, your friends, they all notice. They don't want to leave. That's the only downside.
You know what I'm going to watch on my TCL? Next Friday. I think we'll have some people over to watch Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua.
Nice.
All right,
It's gonna be fun.
Let's tell everyone about the holiday savings, guys. TCL TVs go premium with the QM8K. That's brilliant picture, huge sound. That's the ultimate choice. Or you could grab the versatile QM6K. That's got the elevated game day experience.
Don't overthink it. Lock in the ultimate experiences with epic savings, undeniable bragging rights all season long. Get it while supplies last.
TCL, the official TV partner of the NFL. Find TCL at all major retailers. TCL, bigger, brighter, better holidays. Select models, limited time. See all major retailers for details.
TCL.
I'll tell you this. What we love and look forward to every year, NFL is king. We love the report cards. When the players get together and they judge the teams based on facilities, how they treat their families, the workout room, travel. It's their way of being like, yo, I'm going to blind survey the place I work at, and you can't stop me. And did you see the latest? The NFL owners want to put a stop to this.
Yeah, they said enough of the report cards. In fact, owners like Woody Johnson, they're trying to diminish the credibility of it. They're saying it's bogus, actually. That's the quote, right? It's all bogus.
Yeah, the Jets owner is leading the way. And
well, you know who wants to stop it?
He was graded with an F.
The weak-ass owners want to stop it. Like, if Danny, if there was a list and you were ranked high on it, you'd love the list. If there was a list and you were ranked low on it, you'd be like, bunk list. So I get it.
That is true. Every time they come out with like talk radio lists, we're usually on them, but never like where we want to be. So we're like, they stink. But if we were number one, we're like, hell yeah.
You just made the list.
Yeah, baby, we're on the list number one.
If there was like some weak-ass made-up list of like top Latino broadcasters, and it was like number 4, Steve Covino, he'd be like, this is a great list.
Not bad. Yeah, I should be top 3, but yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. So your thoughts
you on the list?
Your thoughts on the list. Are you on the list? I think this is really cool. I love the player surveys. That you could say it's petty and BS because a lot of times it's spiteful. But remember the players survey and Caitlin Clark ranked low, and it's like, oh, what a bunch of jealous biatches.
Well, there's a lot involved. The facility, like you said, how they treat their kids.
But I'm saying not
how
just
they
in,
welcome their families.
Not
all
just
these
in
things.
The NFL. I'm saying all these player surveys in all sports would be like, who do you find the most overrated in the NBA? And it's like, whoa, that's the sentiment among your peers. I feel like peer surveys do hold a little clout to me. You might think, wow, is there much thought put into it? I like these surveys because for instance, even though the Chiefs are a dynasty that have dominated, remember they had some Fs?
Yeah, I remember.
For like
and you know what?
player medical care.
Yeah, like so
for us, it's great fodder, great things to talk about, and it's fun to speculate. So of course we're gonna love it. I could see how it rubs the NFL and the owners the wrong way. Think about it. You're spending so much money on these dudes, and then they come back. This is how you thank me with an F on the report card? It's got to sting a little bit from their perspective.
Well, I'll give you an example.
But I do believe there's a nugget of truth to it.
If we gave Fox Sports Radio rankings based on places we've worked, I know where I would grade it high and where I'd grade it low. Maybe
we used to get free snacks at other jobs.
I was going to say
Number 5.
I remember there were jobs. There were jobs. I'll give you where we worked. SNY in New York, which was the Mets and Jets
snack wall.
There was a free snack wall.
We had a snack wall, man.
And I remember thinking,
we all got fat too from that.
Yeah,
snack
I was going to
wall.
say, Rich, it's good that we don't have that at Fox Sports
we
Radio.
were like taking Sun Chips home with us, man. In a way, all right. I'm just playing devil's advocate, and I'll be Keanu Reeves. When you think about it, it's a bit hypocritical. If they were to ask you, what would you do? What would you do? Because it is anonymous, crappy feedback. It's like if you're on social media, don't you look down on the jabroni who chimes in anonymously with some heavy criticism? It's like if you're going to say something rude and critical, you should own up to it. Like, it's very cowardly to do it anonymously like that.
Well, I think in this case they have to, but the NFLPA, they stick up for themselves, and they've even recently, the survey process has been enhanced. They are including third-party perspectives, they say, to ensure a comprehensive evaluation of each team's workplace standards.
I get it, and I do think it's interesting, and I do believe there's truth to it. But like Rich said before, there are disgruntled people for whatever reason. There are people who are just jerks. And as a radio show, Rich, do you give more credibility to the person who owns up to who he is? There's pictures of him and his family on social media, and he's like, Rich Davis sucks. That hurts and means a lot more than someone anonymous with no picture profile whatsoever, and he's like, Rich sucks. It just does. You know what I mean? So I think anonymous criticism is far more cowardly. And if you want to look at it that way, it's easy to say some negative stuff when you don't have to own up to it. Happy holidays. Holidays from Covino and Rich. Enjoy your last minute decorating this weekend, your last minute presents, and of course your parties. Have a great weekend, guys. We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, and for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation.
Tire Rack!
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. It's the game, the new game that's sweeping the nation. We do it on Fridays. It's Brainwave.
Do Covino and Rich really share the same brain?
Doris Day, Red, Shannon, Johnny Ray, something, Joe DiMaggio.
Is their crew not far behind?
We're one.
Welcome to Brainwave.
Try to make sense of the brain.
It's easy. We drop fun sports, music, and entertainment questions. And if you match with enough of these bozos, you win.
I love that.
On the count of 3, reveal.
Brainwave.
Ooh. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Locked in.
You guys are on the same wavelength right now.
By the way, if you want to see the reveals, right, Danny G, just go to Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube now. Play along at home.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we tailored this game for our new YouTube channel. Happy Friday. Questions in this game are all subjective, but you just need to try and match the brain of our whole crew. Let's get our contestant on the studio lines, and then we're going to explain how everything runs. Shane was the first one through. He's in Redding, California.
Hey, what up, Shane?
By the way, thank you to all the callers. Thank you. Phones have been lit all day. Shane, you know how this game goes, right?
I sure do.
All right. Thank you for being a regular listener. I have 5 rounds ready to go. Our contestant needs to win 2 of them to be the champ and walk away with a CNR Nerf football. I'm going to ask a sports, music, or entertainment question, and then I'll give 3 debatable answers to choose from. The 6 of us in studio are going to write down our answers on the dry erase boards, and Shane, that's going to give you time to get your answer ready. Then on the count of 3, Shane shouts out his answer, and we go around the studio to reveal ours. Our contestant has to match with 4 of us to win the round, so he's got to bat 667. Or no matter the caller's answer, if all 6 of us in studio happen to match, then Shane, you automatically win that round. All right. Guys, all ready with your dry erase board?
This game sounds This game's a lot simpler than it sounds. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Round 1. Let's start with entertainment. Which of these movie theater concessions goes best with popcorn? M&M's, an icy, or Sour Patch Kids?
Ooh. All right, that's a good one.
Brenda and I got into a heated debate over this last night as I was preparing the game.
Well, the key is what goes best with the popcorn.
Yeah.
That's the key here, because they're all great answers.
I'd say the 3 choices again.
M&M's, an icy, or Sour Patch Kids?
I'm locked. I'm ready.
Everybody locked in?
Yeah.
Locked.
All right. And Shane, we're going to need your answer now on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, he says Sour Patch Kids. All right, Covino, we start with you.
I don't know how Sour Patch Kids go with popcorn at all. M&M's.
Let me tell you, Shane.
Get the popcorn out of your teeth.
Shane, let me tell you.
That's actually brilliant.
That's funny.
Does it?
I don't know.
Oh, he's saying the gumminess will pull the...
That's a funny thought.
Yes.
It's a hack.
Shane, you're thinking on the next level.
Yeah, man.
I was just thinking...
You overthought that.
I was thinking what Covino was thinking. If you said, Rich, what do you like the best? My answer, Sour Patch Kids. But what goes with popcorn? M&M's, right? I guess.
Salty and sweet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right, Dan Byer.
M&M's.
He says M&M's.
Oh, wait. Oh, so
Spotty.
we're 3 for 3.
So, FYI, today I'm playing courtesy of Wes from Idaho via the YouTube chat.
Nice.
And he went with M&M's
Oh, cool. Okay.
as
okay.
well. Salty and sweet. Come on.
Well,
I thought.
Yeah.
I think of the movie theater on a hot summer day, and you sneak inside and you get a cherry icy with your popcorn.
What? I mean, who doesn't like a cherry icy?
Come on.
No, that's the way to go.
If you're going to get an icy, too, I feel like you got to get the Coca-Cola one.
What'd you say, Sam?
We were all on the same page here until Danny's icy answer. I also said M&M's. We could have gone 6 for 6. And he could have got a point.
Sounds like we agree with Brenda, Danny G.
All right, we're going to move to round 2 now. Let's go to sports.
Okay.
Which of these teams' logos is the worst? The Colorado Rockies,
Okay.
the OKC Thunder, or the LA Rams?
Okay.
Ooh.
These are ones that are on all the lists of worst team logos. All right, so the CR for the Rockies, the OKC Thunder, they did a bad job trying to include a basketball, and then the LA Rams, a lot of people thinks it looks like a croissant.
Okay. I
right.
think it's obvious.
All right, I'm going to write my answer down. Everybody locked in?
Yes.
Locked.
All right, Shane, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
The Thunder.
Who?
The Thunder.
Oh, the Thunder. Okay. And we're going to go in reverse order this time. Samuel L. Johnson.
All right, I got to get my hands working here. I said the Thunder.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like their colors, but I just can't get over that latest logo they went with. I said the LA Rams. It bugs me to see that croissant. Spotty boy.
Wes went with the Rockies.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
CNR is the logo.
I think that's why.
and
I
Rich.
think that's why he hates it.
CNR stands for our show.
Dan Byer.
Yeah, he hates it.
By the way, I remember what Wes said about me and Monty when we filled in for you guys. Yeah, about 6 months ago.
Oh.
So there's no way I'm going with CNR. That I'm going with OKC. OKC.
All right, Rich.
Danny, it's really funny what you said about the Rams because I love this team's colors. It was my kid's first T-ball team. I love the colors, but that it looks like word art. The Rockies need to upgrade. The Rockies logo stinks.
Oh,
the
Rockies logo is our logo. Almost.
No. Their logo is like a mountain range with like it looks.
I get it.
Word arty.
I'm going with Danny G and the Rams.
I think the Rams and that
why?
bone
'Cause
gray
they got
and
the
the
most criticism. I like their colors too, and I don't hate on it, but a lot of the criticism was it looks like the old Internet Explorer logo.
The Thunder have 7 different colors. There isn't really even a lightning bolt or anything. It's just some shield.
Well, that's true.
It's a mess.
There's something there, too.
I like that debate. All right, we're going to go to round 3. Shane, need to step it up here. Let's go to the music category. Out of these artists, who shredded on the guitar the hardest in their prime?
Oh.
Eric Clapton?
Oh.
Prince? Or Eddie Van Halen? All right. Clapton, Prince, or Eddie Van Halen? It's a tough one.
All right. I don't think it is.
You don't think so?
No. But, I mean,
breezy,
or you think so?
All right. Let's see what Shane's got to say.
All right, everybody locked in?
Yep.
All right, on the count of 3, Shane. 1, 2, 3.
Eddie Van Halen.
Says Van Halen. Covino, you are the rock god on our show.
That's right. And it's obviously Eddie Van Halen. I even drew the little logo there. Van Halen, definitely.
Okay, Rich?
On our bonus podcast, Overpromised, yesterday, we had Grammy Award winner and music legend Jimmy Jam. And he said in his career, the guy that's made #1 records for everyone, he said there is no better musician he's ever met in his life, a guy that could pick up any instrument and play it better than that person than Prince.
He's not better than Eddie Van Halen.
Oh,
good answer.
You know what? Gosh.
DB?
Am I up?
Yeah, you are.
I feel that this is the people, no offense, Rich, the people that want to say Prince want to make their music like they're like, no, it was Prince, I know. We're trying to win a game here. We're trying to win a game here. It's Eddie Van Halen. Yeah, we're trying to win a game here.
Yeah, it is.
I know so much about music. I'm going to say
I was
Prince
just going to say.
because of that one clip that we've seen at the George Harrison where he shreds it.
Yes.
So that's why what I think is.
Hey, I hope he wins. I'm just saying. I was
Spotty.
listening to our new pal Jimmy Jam. That's all.
Spotty boy.
Eruption. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, Eddie Van Halen.
Man, Shane, I'm sorry because even Clapton has commented on how great Prince was with the guitar in his hands. I said Prince.
Yeah. What's wrong with you people?
I know, and
You guys are trying to be smarty pants here. We're trying to give away a prize. Come on.
What's the tally here?
yeah, but he's trying to read our minds. We're not trying to read the caller's mind.
Van Halen.
Yeah.
We have Prince. We have so if I say Van Halen, he gets the point, right?
Yes.
Well, it's your lucky day because I said Eddie Van Halen. That's a point on the board.
All right, you got 1 point, buddy.
Nice. All right, Shane, you're on the board, halfway to CNR Nerf football. All right, let's go back to sports for round 4.
Prince.
Which of these is the lamest sports talk topic?
Oh.
Jordan versus LeBron.
Oh.
Who's on your Mount Rushmore list?
I feel like I just did that.
Or steroid users in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, man. All classics.
But I think there's a #1.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Let's all write our answers down. Everybody locked in?
Locked.
All right. And Shane, we need your answer on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Jordan and LeBron?
Is that a question?
I think
No.
All right, we go in reverse order this time. Samuel L. Johnson.
All right, if I hear this topic come up, I either doze off or turn the channel. I said Jordan versus LeBron.
All right. I also said Jordan versus LeBron. Although, I got to say, the Mount Rushmore thing is a close second. Spotty boy.
Yeah.
So Wes went with the Mount Rushmore.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, he hates it.
All right, Dan Byer.
Not only is it #1, it's all of the top 100. LBJ versus Jordan. Yes.
Yeah,
No doubt about it.
So
Lyndon Baines Johnson?
All right, Rich, you could win if you have a certain answer.
I wrote down when people talk about a rally rabbit. No, an emotional rabbit. Jordan LeBron is obvious. It's like the worst conversation of all time.
Yes.
We got a winner.
He wins.
Winner, chicken dinner, Shane in Reading.
Nice. By the way, fourth on that list, Rich talking about Grimace.
Good one, bro.
Shane, as soon as the shipment, which is spot you said it's almost on arrival.
Yeah, it's here. Almost.
They said that it has been shipped, so we are awaiting it. As soon as it arrives, boxes and boxes of these footballs.
Santa's sleigh.
We are going to mail one out to you there in Reading. Thank you for playing the game.
Congrats, man.
Hey, thank you.
Can I do a write-in for the last one? When talk show hosts call Anthony Volpe the Volpedo? Can I put that one on there?
Oh, great job. Great game, Danny G.
Right,
Thank
cool.
you.
Let's go to Dan Byer for an update. DB, let's get into the weekend.
Okay,
man. Hey,
we're headed into the weekend. I'm just going to say this. So Spot was doing it for Wes in Idaho.
Yeah.
And Covino knows this because I brought this up with him. As I said, 6 months ago, Monty and I were in. And Wes sends us this tweet that is like, why are you talking about lame bleep NBA? And then he tagged Covino in it and was like, hey, man, just so you know, I turned it off, but I showed you some love over on Turbo. So when you brought up worst topic, I'm surprised he didn't pick NBA because he was giving Monty and me flack for it.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. Dan Byer never forgets.
Never forgets.
Dan never forgets.
Holding grudges like we're taking a curve at 95 miles per hour. Let's hold on to those bad boys.
So Wes is thinking, he's like, I'm sorry.
We should. I never got an apology for it. Former Michigan head coach Sharon Moore charged with a felony count of third-degree home invasion during a court appearance in Ann Arbor, Michigan. In addition to the felony charge, Moore faces a misdemeanor charge of stalking along with a misdemeanor charge of breaking and entering. Moore was released on $25,000 bond, must wear a tracking device, and is due back in court in January. Utah head football coach Kyle Whittingham stepping down from his position after 21 years following their game in the Las Vegas Bowl on New Year's Eve against Nebraska. The Athletic reports Whittingham has not said that he's retiring from coaching football. Every Olympic dream starts with a first glide. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com. Steelers edge rusher TJ Watt likely to miss Monday's game against the Dolphins after undergoing a surgical procedure to repair a collapsed lung. Raiders are starting Kenny Pickett at quarterback against the Eagles. Jets are turning to rookie Brady Cook as Tyrod Taylor and Justin Fields are out with injuries. Colts have not publicly stated who their starting quarterback will be against the Seahawks. And a couple of other notable names for Week 15. Packers running back Josh Jacobs got on the practice field, limited in practice, questionable for their game against Denver. CeeDee Lamb good to go for the Cowboys, but T. Higgins is out for the Bengals as they face the Ravens. Bears have the Browns, and Rome Odunze is questionable for Chicago. And Victor Wembanyama expected to return for the Spurs tomorrow against the Thunder. Guys, back to you.
DB, thanks, man. Have a great weekend. Now, coming up, speaking of the weekend, we are going to let you know what to watch, not only in the world of sports, but outside the world of sports, because we got weekend hobnobbing, what shows are streaming, what comedy specials, what new shows. We'll get to all of it next right here. Fox Sports Radio with Covino and Rich.
I feel like there's something getting in the way of us acknowledging Austin Reeves as a superstar.
Honestly, it's the most obvious observation, which would be an obvious observation. But could it be that he's just such an unassuming superstar? Like, he's such a goober, such a aw shucks kind of guy that he doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Just say out loud what everyone's thinking.
I'm just
He's
saying,
like a goofy-looking white guy.
Yeah, maybe that's what gets in his way because the stats are showing otherwise. The stats are saying he's on his way. He's on his way to superstardom. He's on his way to being a bigger star. He already should be that guy because he's got the numbers and he's on the Lakers. He's in L.A. He's playing with Luka and maybe tonight with LeBron. Like, he should already be that guy, but he's taking like a slow burn to the mountaintop.
You just said it. You said it. I'll give you the analogy. As our show intro said, I could somehow turn an analogy. What was it? Micah Parsons and sweaters? How about this? The Bachelor and Austin Reeves.
Okay.
You ever watch The Bachelor? Might have got stuck watching with the girlfriend or wife.
Unfortunately, yes.
And you see all these girls on the show.
Ooh.
And in their hometown, they're the hottest. Ooh. Every dude gives them attention. Ooh, she's from Salt Lake City. She's from Austin. She's from Nashville. In their town, oh my God, everyone's sweating them, drooling over them. But then when you put them in a room with 25 other hot girls, it's like pageant life. They're all hot. So you better step it up. And I think Austin Reeves is just in a room with Luka, LeBron. He was in a room with Anthony Davis. L.A. and the Lakers, stars.
I don't even know if it's that. Actually, that's a great analogy, so I'm not dumping on it. It's actually a solid analogy. Maybe he's just not sexy enough for L.A., and he has to put up circus numbers to really get their attention.
So you think he needs a glow-up? You think he needs an Austin Reeves L.A. glow-up?
A regular-looking guy, regular fella, and that's what makes him extra charming and I think more dangerous because people don't expect that from this guy. But like I said, the numbers say otherwise. Check this out.
Are you saying that he is wearing Adam Sandler shorts to the gym when he should be wearing like Aloe or Lululemon or something?
Yeah, he needs a glow-up. Get this.
Okay, let's hear it.
Austin Reeves has the second most 25-point games by a Laker guard since 2000. Only Kobe had more. Second only to Kobe is unreal.
Kobe.
So Reeves is now in serious company. But he has to be at Kobe level to start getting this recognition. Yeah, everybody knows he's got game. Everybody knows he's what did they describe him as earlier? Like he's a bad man kind of. I forget how he was described, but on the court they know he's great, but the world needs to recognize. And then
I'm telling you, there's a sense of he's a gooberish white guy, and I think people compare him to like Caruso for some reason, or like
because he's white. Because he's white and unassuming.
Yeah, it's just there's something to be said about that, and like that's not racist. It's not. It's just. But
I think Caruso had more swag right off the bat. Austin Reeves had to find the headband and get the floppy here to the side.
But you know what it is? Like, we can't be fake about this. If you go to the schoolyard and you see some dad with whack-ass shorts and a headband on, and he's beating the young, flashy players in, like, schoolyard ball, that's sort of what Austin Reeves is doing. Everyone else seems like they have way more swag and way more style and way everything. And this guy just, he knows how to ball. And like you said, there's nothing sexy about him. Even his post games, like he's sort of like, he's charming in a goofy way.
I forget what Reddick said about him, though. He's something about, like, everyone on the court knows that he's dangerous. He's a bad dude. Reeves has been playing like a superstar, not just a good player. Like, to get attention, he has to be a superstar, and that's what he's doing. After going 5 for 9 from deep against the Bucks, Austin Reeves has officially passed Caldwell Pope for 7th place on the Lakers' all-time 3-points made list. Total three-pointers made, Reeves, 523 threes. 523 threes, 37% in 291 games. Caldwell Pope, 522 threes and 38%, 292 games. So he's just climbing the ranks left and right, day after day, numbers going up. And as these memes and as the stats show, he's just getting started. Like, so he's already climbing. Today's Friday. Beats him to it. Hey, thanks for watching us live, Covino and Rich, FSR. Hope you had a great week. Let's have a great weekend. We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, Covino and Rich with Danny G. Every goal starts with an assist on and off the field. That's why Haleon and U.S. Soccer are launching For the Assist, a celebration of everyday acts of support that help people achieve their goals with iconic brands like Sensodyne, Tums, Voltaren, Advil, and Centrum. To learn more, go to HaleonAssist.com. Are you ready, Rich? Because it's time.
Am I ready? Born ready. Let's go.
Weekend hobnobbing.
Living for the weekend. Your winning bets for talking points if you get stuck socializing.
You ever done anything dangerous?
You ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
That is dangerous.
Friday brings us Weekend Hobnobbing.
Yeah, buddy, what to watch in the world of sports and entertainment so you know what's going on come Monday. I'll kick it off. I'm Covino, and I'm a big fight fan. And there's not a whole lot this weekend. Next weekend's the Jake Paul fight, right?
Yeah.
We're going to your place on the TCL.
On a Friday night, yeah.
Friday night on the TCL. Well, this week, UFC Fight Night tomorrow. You got Brandon Royval versus Kopp. That's the flyweight main event. Enjoy some UFC tomorrow night. This is a little self-serving, Rich, but I think people will enjoy it. About 2-3 years ago, I did a special about Santa Claus, about Santa. And now it's on Disney+. Toys That Built America, Season 3. Toys That Built America, Season 3. And, of course, if you have the History Channel on demand.
What do you know about this stuff?
Well, it's Season 3, Episode 8. And it's the evolution. It's the history of Santa and the evolution of Christmas. Now, I think it's a great watch, but it's for the adults, okay? It's for the adults. So check that out, the Toys That Built America Season 3, the Santa special, Disney+. And, you know, speaking of Christmas time, I think for old school purposes, maybe have the niece and nephew over this weekend and see if they could sit through one of my favorites. Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. Jim Henson's Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. I was a big fan of the River Bottom Nightmare Band. And, of course, little self-serving, Rich, but Overpromised 121, our bonus podcast, it's so worth the watch. Rich referenced it before. We didn't know what to expect when we welcomed Hall of Famer, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Jimmy Jam to the show, super producer Jimmy Jam. But he was fantastic. He's a big sports fan, and he had all these cool stories about working with these music legends like Michael Jackson and Prince and Boyz II Men and more. Jimmy Jam, episode 121 of Overpromised. It's right here on our YouTube page. Check it out.
Jimmy, what you gonna do? There's some cheesy Christmas movies I think I'm going to watch with the wife. I want to keep it light this weekend. My Secret Santa, Merry Xmas. I'm going to watch some trash like that.
Watch Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
But I might start watching, due to the recommendation of a lot of people I believe their words, The Beast in Me.
Oh, dude, I'm hearing great things about that.
I'm late to it, but I feel like a lot of people are late to it.
Our buddy Jaime said it's a must-watch, too. It's like a thriller. Claire Danes.
Do you dive into the Sean Combs documentary that Fitty sent it, or is that too like
My buddy said it's fantastic and you learn a lot about hip-hop and you learn a lot about East Coast, West Coast. He said it's really good.
It's really good. I watched it.
Well, if you got little kids like I do, you got to break out some of the classics, the Frosty, the Charlie Brown Christmas, the Grinch, and one that's fun, not a show, more of a game show. Is It Cake with Mikey Day? There's a holiday version, so...
Is Kim Kardashian on the show?
No, that's a different Is It Cakes.
That's some different cake.
Yeah. Pluribus on Apple TV is still keeping my attention enough. There's a new episode that came out yesterday. And you recommended this, buddy boy. Adam Sandler sitting down with David Letterman.
Oh, yeah.
My next guest.
Oh, yes.
A lot of mutual admiration. So if you're a Letterman fan and a Sandler fan like I am, that's on Netflix.
So good.
And Danny G, what you got this weekend?
Can't believe you guys still aren't watching Landman.
You know what?
Because I'm more of an ass man, Danny. Okay.
Check it out. If you are a fan of modern Westerns and you liked 1883 and 1923, there's a new show on Netflix called The Abandons. Really cool. It dives into themes of rebellion against corruption and the struggle for land and identity. That's worth checking out. Booyah, the Stuart Scott doc.
I gotta watch that.
I heard it makes you cry.
Man, if you're feeling emotional, watch it some other time, because I watched it last night and I was a wreck.
Oh,
I was a wreck, man.
Really?
He was
that sad, huh?
He was one of the reasons I got into sports.
Yeah, he was cool, man.
So,
yeah, he was cooler than the other side of the pillow.
Man, that it's a tearjerker.
Oh, man.
Couple of college football games. Of course, we're waiting for all the bowl games in the playoff. But there is a bowl game tomorrow, the LA Bowl, Boise State and Washington, and it's going to be the final LA Bowl. And then the Army-Navy game, that's going to be at M&T Bank where the Ravens play. The Army-Navy game, always cool to check out.
And let me throw one more thing before Spotty and Sam add something in. NBA, we said it before, I mentioned Dan Byer. If you're like a casual NBA fan and you're waiting for like a game to watch, Saturday night, 6 p.m. Out here on the west side, 9 o'clock Eastern, Spurs Thunder. Wemby's back, and they're taking on the 24-1 Thunder in that semifinals for the NBA Cup.
The world's Wall Street Journal said this week might be the greatest team of all time.
Man, we'll talk about that next week. We'll see how this goes. Anything else you guys want to throw in there?
I'm an ass man.
That's all I got.
I'll throw in Wake Up Dead, a Knives Out mystery, if you're a fan of that series.
Oh, there's
with
another
Daniel Craig. There's another one. Also, the Taylor Swift End of an Era about the last show. So
they
there you go.
said Kelsey, Ed Sheeran, a lot of cameos, so enjoy that on
Take it
Disney
away.
Plus. Until Monday, arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, guys.
Today's Friday.